Morning. It really seems to be a given that black people are their own worst enemies. States like North Carolina, South are not taking the Affordable Care Act because they're afraid that black people will take advantage of that act and they would start to get well, start to get better. They are the clock in the United States. Republicans fear modernity. Yet they have young people going to foreign countries fighting jihadists, Muslims who fear and hate modernity. Muslims want to take their people back to the 17th century, and Republicans want to do the same thing to people in the United States. So, how in the Sam hell can a young person in good conscience with some intelligence go fight people in their own country who want to keep people, their women, bare feet and pregnant, and they don't want the women to learn how to read, and they want to tell men they have to that they bring to countries in the United States. If their daughters dishonor them, they'll kill their daughters. And yet, we have politicians here in the United States that are going in that same direction, and they fear Muslims. They call them radicals. If Republicans aren't radical, then there is no true meaning of the word radical in the dictionary. Black people, if you have an athletic son, don't send your son to North Carolina State or Duke. Don't send your son to a school like South Carolina or any state that doesn't accept the Affordable Care Act. If you have a bright academic student, don't send them to a school in North Carolina. Let North Carolina go back to the proverbial Stone Ages when it comes to diversity. All of their conferences should not have any outstanding black athletes. They should be like that story back in the day on the Road to Glory, where all white teams are playing teams with diversity and they care about people. If you have an academic student that can get a scholarship anywhere, don't let them go to North Carolina. Don't let them go to South Carolina. Let them go to states that are progressive, not regressive. Republicans are turning the clock back on women, and you have women voting Republican. Now, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard of or conceived in my life. You know, because of racism, white women are willing to stay barefoot, pregnant, and at home. Jesse Jackson used to say, there are more white people on welfare simply because there are more white people. Tupac has a line in his song that says, there's more black than white smoking crack tonight. That's a fact. That's not fiction. So when it comes to things like behavior like smoking crack, they say it's all black people because, you know, we seem to do it disproportionately high or something like that. I'm a social worker. I have a master's in social work. I've taught addictions. I mean, I've counseled as a therapist in addictions, and I've worked in sex abuse. The incidence of smoking and getting high is prevalent at an earlier age among white people, white kids. They try drugs, street drugs, and their parents' cabinet drugs at a younger age than black kids do. Those are facts. And when white kids hit the system, they get advantages and stuff that the black kids don't get. So my whole point is white people, poor white people, are really crazy. They vote against their own interest out of hate and fear. And black people are really crazy too, because you got black people out rap heads all caught up, and they're getting unearned benefits at the end of the year that they won't get if Republicans take over everywhere. If you're black and you don't appreciate education and advancement, and you're waiting on a welfare check or some kind of social safety net money, you're gonna wake up one day and your check's not gonna be in the mail, and you're gonna wonder why. You know why? Because you didn't fucking vote. That's why.